Hello and welcome to another official and exclusive Harryhausen unboxing. This time it's the Hydra from Jason and the Argonauts.
One man defying a universe of mortal and immortal danger. Jason and the Argonauts.
This 1963 Greek mythical fantasy film is considered by many to be Ray Harryhausen's finest hour, featuring iconic stop-motion animation sequences from the Harpies, the Giant Talos, and the Skeleton Army, also known as the Children of the Hydra's Teeth. In early drafts of the script, Jason and his men were meant to enter the Greek underworld Hades and be confronted by a two-headed dog, before facing off with a skeleton army. Film censors thought this would be too frightening for a 1960s audience, so the skeleton fight was set at dusk and a new creature, the Hydra, would challenge Jason in his search for the Golden Fleece. You can read more about this in my book, Harryhausen, The Lost Movies. Only one model of the seven-headed Hydra exists in the Ray and Diana Harryhausen archive, and over the last 60 years it's needed little in the way of serious restoration. However, in 2017 we put Alan Friswell, our official conservator, onto the job. Let's see how he got on in this exclusive footage.
Well, we can't really animate it anymore. I mean, that's a given thing with all of Ray's figures. They're too fragile. The rubber is starting to, I wouldn't say solidify, but dry to an extent where if you started pulling it around, pieces would fall off. Although some parts of the neck still are flexible, it's not completely rigid. There appear to be some cracks on the neck. Other than that, it's in amazingly good condition. The heads are still in one piece. There are very few. There's a beak here which tiny pieces come away. But outside of cracks, unless we discover something radical that we've not seen yet, it's consider it's 1963. That's, what's that, 54 years ago? That's pretty amazing. Well, Ray always said it was it was just luck. The batch of latex that he was using, the batch of foam rubber, that whether one batch would be better than the other, be superior. But the odd thing is, possible that he used the same foam for this that he would have used for Talos, because the models were all being made at the same time. And if that's the case, then it is a mystery as to why one model would deteriorate more badly than another. Particularly this because the necks are quite slender. And again, this is the problem with slender parts of the model, particularly those that are animated a lot, because the rubber will then be stressed in that area. But again, considering the age of the model, there's very, very little damage. There's very minimal damage. So it's an amazing thing to have in front of us. It's actually in surprisingly good condition. It's 54 years old. It has every right to be falling to pieces. It's actually still flexible in parts. It's remarkably undamaged. It's incredibly well preserved. And there was a minimal amount of work that really had to be done to preserve it. The undersides of the necks in several places were cracked and they had to be rebuilt. Some of the beaks had actually broken off, a couple were actually missing. One had to be reset in place and two others had to be completely replaced, rebuilt. And other than that, it was simply giving him a coat of protective paint and that was it. I knew that it was a complicated model, I knew it was very well built. It's so beautifully sculpted. The detail looks even better under a magnifying glass. There's really nothing wrong, you can't find any flaws. Any mould marks or seams are minimal. It's one of the best made stop motion figures Ray ever built.
Right, let's get unboxing. So here we go with another classic and wonderful box design. Christopher Nico from Range Studios has once again created a wonderful box design for this piece. Christopher told me he wanted to give this elegant design a medieval, classic, but also exclusive feel, and he's used key colours of black, green, gold and silver. He made the logo using gold and Greek style fonts. A powerful pose is on the box and on the side, with of course details of the Hydra here on the back, information about the Hydra and Ray Harryhausen. This is a super vinyl creature, so packed in vac form plastic, and there we start to reveal the inner secrets of the Hydra. So there's the main body itself, the all-important instructions, which this time really are very important, so we'll get to those in a little while because this is rather more complicated than other products we've looked at. An interesting rock there. Now here they are, the 7 heads of the Hydra. Now these look all similar or identical, but they're not. They're at slightly different sizes depending on where you place them on the main trunk, on the main body of the Hydra. For those of you who've seen the Hydra up close at exhibitions, or have seen any of our online posts at the Ray and Diana Harryhausen Foundation, you'll know just how close and accurate the colouring and the sculpt is here. Look at that. I defy you not to think you're looking at the original piece from the 1960s classic Jason and the Argonauts. The red tongue, the piercing eyes, and of course the very sharp beaks. So as we look at them individually here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, counting them all out there, the 7-headed Hydra. Now the main body of the Hydra, beautifully hand painted, it has a scaly dragon-like effect and that sort of pink salmon ridge effect all the way down the length of the body in a classic pose there. Now we're going to look at the base of the Hydra heads here. These plastics don't come off, they stay on and slot. You have to use a bit of pressure to get these in, to get them to stay put. I think they're magnetised there at the base, so they hold in. And there you have it, the full Hydra in full glory, ready to attack. And that little base unit there of rocks is to stop the Hydra from tilting forward, because with all of the heads it can be top heavy. Now, in a first for Star Race toys, look at this, they're poseable, they're animatable, just like Ray Harryhausen's original creature. There you go, you can start to do your own animation. I did a basic one there just for this unboxing to give you an idea of what you could achieve at home yourself. So this is a real first for us to do something that's not just poseable, but something you could animate with. Send us your animation videos, we'd love to see them. We'd love to see what you create here for the Hydra and the new adventures the Hydra could go on. I think the detailing here is impeccable, as with all Star Race toys. Now as we fit the rocks in place there for the Hydra, there's something else. Jason. This incredible super final piece has the costume, the weaponry and the pose. Look at Jason there on his back heel, ready to attack. The costume is a perfect representation of the one Todd Armstrong wore in the film, and there now posing off against the Hydra. Perfect in scale and a dramatic centerpiece here for your Harryhausen collection. The Hydra, with Jason fighting the Hydra for the Golden Fleece, the wonderful box designs. Now all it needs is one of our epic on-screen comparisons. Let's go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that unboxing. Do take some time to check out the others in this playlist for Jason and the Argonauts, including the Skeleton Army and 3 versions of Talos. Talos Awakes, Talos attacking the Argo, and the gigantic 50cm Talos. Now you can find out more about the Foundation's work at rayharryhausen.com, where you can find our social media links and our podcasts too. And as always, if you'd like to win one of your very own Star Race Toys Hydra figures, then simply subscribe to my channel here and comment below the video. And remember the chance. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.